And for me, I'll give you an image. 2007, I was in the nation's capital, the nation of Nigeria, in the city of Abuja. And I was in front of an auditorium. There were 2 senators seated in the front row from the Health Committee of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The room was filled with Nigerian family doctors, some of whom I had helped train. As I looked around the room, I realized that I was having this incredible privilege of addressing them on the topic of the challenges facing primary care in Nigeria and what they should do about it. And I got to speak about ethics and integrity. Me, gas station boy, telling them my perspective on health, all grace. I grew up pumping gas, and I had no idea about what would really happen with college. No one in our family had ever graduated from college, but I knew I was going. And the reason I knew I was going was because I was encouraged. I would come to see the finished and complete work of Jesus as really something that expressed great love for me personally. I began to recognize that I was the blessed recipient of abundant grace, overwhelming grace. And I felt tremendous gratitude, the gratitude that's never left. I can see some of you nodding your heads. Abundant grace. And then that sense of obligation that began to rise, not because God was demanding that so much, but it was the logical response. I had to respond in some way. Over the next 9 years, as we differentiated professionally, I would become a family physician and then a teacher of family physicians. Carolyn would become a gynecologist and then a cancer surgeon for women's cancers. Were we really being called to deploy our professional skills in a different way? Were we being called to do something a little bit more long-term? Something where we would teach and use specialized surgery. We would talk about this with other professionals, and they would think that we were crazy, that they didn't really seem to understand. And then we ran into some other folks, professionals, who really did understand. In fact, really began to challenge us. One couple in particular, we kept running into them at various meetings. I met them in restaurants in Guatemala. I met them in restaurants in the U.S. I just keep running into the same couple. And they said to us one time, many are willing to go, but few are planning to go. Plan to go. In 1993, after several years of doing these short projects, I decided to explore this further. I would go on a mission trip in Africa. And I got the wrong guy on the phone to set this up. I thought I was heading off to East Africa to a project in Rwanda. And I got a surgeon on the phone who said, no, I'm not in charge of that. You don't want to go there. There's some kind of trouble going on there. But the most amazing thing was I got to visit this small mission hospital up in Jos, up in north central Nigeria. And when I arrived there, I found that our job description was there. They were looking for a family physician to come and teach family physicians. They were looking for a gynecologist to come and do specialized surgery on women who've been injured in childbirth, who have a condition called vesicovaginal fistula. It's a condition where, because of damage during the birth process out in the bush, they leak urine. And they do that for the rest of their lives. They become social outcasts. And there was a program to do surgery for free for several hundred women a year, and they needed another surgeon to come and do this specialized surgery. We thought we might go for 1 or 2 years. We realized that we wanted to learn language and culture. We thought, okay, maybe we should go for 4. Our son was born right around this time, and we told our parents that we were going to take their 4 grandchildren away to Nigeria. Within a very short time, resources poured in from everywhere. And on one Sunday morning, kneeling in front of church, our knees shaking, we were ready to leave with 51 boxes of supplies and 4 small children, 2 in strollers. Hundreds would pray for us, and over the following years, hundreds more. We would end up spending 7 years there instead of 1 or 2. And now we've continued going back and forth since 2004, spending anywhere from 2 weeks to 5 months there, deepening relationships, having opportunities for teaching, and doing surgery. It's remarkable, from 1993 till now. I get to teach Nigerian Christian family doctors who are eager to learn, who will go out and become future leaders. My last trip there, I think I spoke 23 times in 12 days. I spoke with graduates of our program working in 5 hospitals. And for Carolyn, working with women whose lives have been taken away by childbirth injuries, leaving them with this devastating condition of VVF. You know, we've lived among tremendous poverty. We've lived among tremendous spirituality. We've served in the midst of ethnic and religious conflict. We've been next to missionaries who we saw lay down their lives for their faith. We've seen great responses to prayer. We've seen miracles. Yes, miracles. I want to paint two images of that time for you that kind of sum this part up. Every Tuesday morning in our clinic at Evangel Hospital, the women who have this fistula problem, this medical condition, gather in the clinic for their appointments that day with the doctors. Some of those women have been in the hospital for several weeks. If they've had their surgery and now they've recovered. And during that recovery time, chaplains visit with them every day and encourage them. They learn a new economic skill so that when they go back to their village, they have something they can do as they get their lives back. Others are new patients. Those new patients, on average, have lived with this condition for 5 years already. 25% of them were probably around the age of 14 when they were afflicted with this. They gather too, these new ones coming in looking for hope. And then there are others who are there somewhere else in this journey. And during that time of gathering, they'll have rice for breakfast. They will do a little bit of singing. There's some choruses and some songs. And at some point, the women who are going home, in what they call a freedom ceremony, stand up and give their testimony about what's happened. They give them a new set of clothes, and then the women dance, and they start their day, and the woman goes home to her village. And I get to watch my wife from Barrington dancing with some of the poorest women in the world who've just gotten their lives back. That's God at work. And for me, I'll give you an image. 2007, I was in the nation's capital, me, gas station boy, telling them my perspective on health. All grace.